Hey guys, and welcome to my first discussion video here on Caretaker Gamer. I'll think of a better name for this discussion series at some point, or you can leave some suggestions in the comments. And for this discussion video, we will be focusing on nostalgia and how it affects how we view games and what kind of games we end up buying. As you can see right now, I am playing Star Wars Battlefront. I will discuss my views of this game some other time, probably during my Star Wars month, which is going to be in May. May the Force be with you. But let's carry on. There is a special reason why I'm showing you footage of the new Star Wars Battlefront. Well, a little hint of my thoughts of this game are, it's not what I expected. The big reason why I bought this game, even pre-ordered it, was because of my thoughts and my feelings from playing the previous Battlefront games. I had a ton of fun, especially with friends, going over their houses. I didn't do any online gaming at the time. I know there's re-releases of the second one now on Steam, but I was never a big online gamer, and now I am still pretty much the same. I'm more of a single player kind of gamer. I always went to my friend's house and we played around a Battlefront either on the same team or we fought against each other, testing our skills. But with this new one, yes, there is couch co-op only for the very, very limited selection in the single player options like survival and the training missions. But it wasn't really what I wanted, or many of my friends even wanted. Even given all the information we got from the internet, unlike back in the day where the internet was kind of a pain to use, or you couldn't really have access to any information at all besides word of mouth through friends and other people, I still pre-ordered this because I had hopes that maybe something that wasn't being said in the articles or the rumors might have been true of certain elements that might be returning from previous Battlefront games. However, I was greatly disappointed. This is a prime example of what I mean by nostalgia kind of being a huge factor in why I bought this game. I thought it was going to be similar to what I played back when I was a kid. Even I still play it now. Nostalgia played a huge factor in me buying this game. Let's put it this way, I started off on the N64, playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, I even got my hands on South Park. Well, I wasn't supposed to, but some of my friends had it, and, you know, throwing around farting dolls and stuff, that made us laugh. Even today. I know. I should know better. I'm a grown man now. But let's get back on track. Nostalgia made me didn't make me. It very heavily influenced me to buy Star Wars Battlefront 2015. And I just wasn't satisfied. It wasn't what I expected it to be. There's a lot of games now where they kind of do that. A lot of the Mario games now where I liked it back in the day. I kind of drifted away from the Mario games. I still haven't played Super Mario Maker. I have some interest in it, but I'll wait till it's a little bit cheaper. But Mario games now, it goes purely on just nostalgia. Yes, nostalgia is something we all love, especially gamers in our age group from like 21 to 30 to 40 even. But nostalgia cannot always be such a great thing. Like for the Star Wars Battlefront, it heavily influenced me buying it. Bad decision. The Mario games now, I don't know. They just feel like they're based on too much nostalgia. It's just they don't bring They don't bring anything new. And I know a lot of people are giving me flack for that, but thinking quite honestly, the last Mario game I played was Super Mario 3D Land on the Wii U. It's fun to play with friends, like that's a new mechanic, and you can play as Peach even, where you're not having to go rescue her. You rescue these little, what are they called? These little fairy creature things. I can't think of the name right now. But that's all that there was really new to it. It's like, oh, Peach is a playable character and you can play with friends. But on the Wii version, new Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers Wii, I think you can also play with friends as well for couch co-op. But stuff like that, it didn't feel like that incredibly new to me. But it just felt like it was totally marketing just off of nostalgia. Same thing with Star Wars Battlefront. They were purely relying on the nostalgia factor. Same thing with the movie. I love the new Star Wars film, but this is a gaming channel, not so much a film channel. As much as I did go to film school, but that's a story for another time. But nostalgia is a huge marketing plan that they do now with many revivals of series or even sequels. Usually they'll do it if this series hasn't been going on for a while. I think they might have tried to do that with the Metroid Prime Federation Force, but I think they just didn't have an actual Metroid game ready. That was a mess. That was an absolute mess, and I really hope that Metroid Prime Federation Force does not come to fruition. I'm sorry, I have absolutely no desire for that. It just feels like lately a lot of companies are just trying to get people back with nostalgia. The new Doom game, for instance, which actually comes out this month, I believe, or sometime this year. I'm not particularly following it that much, but I actually do have a high interest in getting it. See, I have a high interest in getting Doom. I played the original one. Well, I was a little bit older, so nostalgia wasn't a huge factor. It was actually how new it looked and compared to the first one I played. I didn't play any of the 360 games for it, or the only one I played was the first one, and seeing the new one and learning more about what Doom is actually about. Yeah. Nostalgia, I guess, kind of plays a factor into that, where I have a high interest in it, but it was mostly because of like the way it looks now and the way it plays. But we'll have to wait and see. I need to learn more about Doom before I make that purchase. Nostalgia it's two sides of the same coin. It can basically be a very good thing, where the developer actually uses it to their advantage and to the gamer's advantage. Basically, the gamer is actually caring about the developer is actually caring about the consumer to make sure that they're still in love with the franchise. I don't know, like, let's say if they were to do like an actual Spyro game, not based off of the Skylanders bullcrap, the amiibo kind of thing. Well, it kind of started the whole amiibo toy to game kind of thing. But speaking of amiibos, yes, that also factors into nostalgia as well. Minus all the collecting and that kind of stuff, but a lot of Nintendo gamers that I know of freaked out about amiibos because now they can have actual physical figures of Nintendo characters on their shelves, especially Smash Bros. Characters. There were even amiibos I never thought I would buy, but just because I remember them from either the original game the characters came from, or I like them in Smash Bros., that's why I bought them. And that's pure from nostalgia. I have all the Zelda characters, obviously, because The Legends of Ocarina of Time was the first game I ever owned and played, and loved it. Even to this day, I still replay it a ton of times. Nostalgia factor right there. Replaying games because of how you felt when you first played them. I have Star Fox. I liked the original or N64 one. And I know a lot of people hate it. I like Star Fox Adventures because of the Zelda feel for it. But that wasn't so much of a nostalgia game. I got it because of pure gameplay. But got Star Fox Command, I believe it was called. It was the other GameCube one, where it was actually more traditional, but you could still actually get out of your vehicle and go on land. That was a little bit more based off of nostalgia from playing the N64 one. I also got both versions of Samus, Zero Suit Samus and Samus. because I love the Prime series, and I actually kind of like Other M. I know many people hate it, but we'll get to that another time. I also got Rosalina because I actually like the Super Mario Galaxy games. Nostalgia. Played it during my childhood. All based on nostalgia. I may be coming off as kind of negative towards nostalgia, but I really am not. In fact, nostalgia works on me. It worked on me on Star Wars Battlefront. It works on me on all the Zelda sequels, except Triforce Heroes. I did I researched it a lot and watched many reviews about it. It's just not my cup of tea. That is a Zelda game I shall be skipping. But I played Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, even bought all the remakes. Remakes. That is another huge nostalgia seller. Generally for me, remakes, I buy them usually if either I missed playing them when they first came out, or I kind of wanted to see them updated, like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS and Majora's Mask for the 3DS. And I also got Jak and Daxter trilogy. Well, that was more because I missed playing it. I never actually played it when I was a kid. And I do plan on playing the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection, which comes with a bunch of the Metal Gear games. And it's all in one. I think some of them are just ports of the original ones, and some of them are actual HD remakes. I did play a little bit of Metal Gear at my friend's house, but I wasn't that into it, so nostalgia is kind of a factor there, not really. It's more like everyone's talking about it because after the whole Konami incident and the Phantom Pain being the last Metal Gear Solid of Kojima's, well, if you can even call it Kojima's Metal Gear Solid anymore. But yes, nostalgia still plays a factor into it, as big or small as it does. But to conclude this discussion video, nostalgia, I believe, is actually a great marketing strategy. It works. I bought a game that was absolute garbage. Well, it's not absolute garbage. It looks beautiful. Plays like a Star Wars game. I never played the Battlefield game, so I can't say it's a reskin of anything because I have nothing to reference it to. But it does feel like Star Wars, and it's enjoyable. I was addicted to it for a couple of months, but not so much anymore. I got other games to do, like that Assassin's Creed Syndicate review I still need to do. But to conclude, nostalgia, it works. It works on making you buy a certain game series or a revival of a game series, and it also makes you think about what kind of games you get. A lot of people, well, myself specifically, I tend to buy a lot of remakes of games I either played sporadically at a friend's house because I didn't actually have that many games when I was a kid. My parents bought me my games, and they knew what was appropriate for a child and what wasn't. Some of my other friends, I don't think their parents really knew what Mortal Kombat was. But nostalgia, it works. It works. I'm a sucker for it. I am a sucker for nostalgia. Let's see if you guys are a sucker for nostalgia. If you are, what kind of games do you buy based on your past experiences with games? Love to hear what kind of games you got in the comments. And if you like this video, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And I do have a Twitch channel that I haven't really been streaming on lately, but I will get back to that soon. Have a good day, guys. This is Caretaker Gamer, signing off.
We must regain the droids at once.